Right, so it's fair to say we know quite a lot about the new iPhones. We know the specs, the features, the colors, pretty much everything except one thing, and that is the name. We still have no idea whether it's going to be the iPhone 12s or the iPhone 13. And basically, for the last few months, there's been conflicting leaks regarding the name, because one week it's the 12s, then the other week it's the 13, and this cycle has just been going on and on and on. And today we have leaks yet again about the iPhone 13 name and how apparently that's happening instead of the iPhone 12s. And so let's delve into this, but also my thoughts on the naming scheme in general. But first, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. Right, so the arguments for the iPhone 12s and the 13 names are actually both pretty valid, because obviously many say the 12s makes sense because we just had a super cycle with the iPhone 12 series, and usually in the past, after a super cycle, we see an S year, so 12s makes a ton of sense. But also, I've heard many say that maybe Apple does not want any S years anymore because they're gonna get pretty convoluted, especially with the Pro Max, Pro, Mini suffix. Adding an S on top of all that could be pretty messy, and so instead of an iPhone 12s Pro Max, we just see the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which does sound way better. And yes, I know many have said Apple won't use the number 13 because of superstition reasons, but that hasn't stopped Apple in the past, because we had iOS 13, we had the A13 Bionic, we even have a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and so yes, I don't think that's a valid reason as to why we won't see an iPhone 13. And well, today's leak from Economic Daily News pretty much reiterates this and says that according to their supply chain sources, the new iPhones will be the iPhone 13 mini, the 13, the 13 Pro Max, and the 13 Pro. By the way, unrelated tidbit, but they say we should not see a staggered release, and so all these models should launch together in September. But anyways, coming back to the name, I do want to say that Economic Daily News is a source with 36% accuracy, and so they could be guessing for all we know because they are not very accurate. And also do remember that it's pretty weird to get leaks about the name through the supply chain, because as far as I know, the name is finalized a few weeks before release by the marketing team, and so I don't think the supply chain is gonna know what these names are a few months before release, and so I think these names might be placeholders, or of course, as I said, maybe they're just guessing and they're basing their so-called information on previous leaks. Now, I do want to say that historically we've always been kind of wrong about the iPhone names. For example, the 2018 iPhones were supposed to be the 2018 iPhone 10, the iPhone 10 Plus, and the iPhone 9, but of course, the final names were completely different, and so we could see a similar situation with the 2021 iPhones. Personally, I think Apple should take a note from Samsung and go for the iPhone 21. I think that makes a ton of sense, and it would end all the speculation on the iPhone name, since we would know the next iPhone would be the iPhone 22, and then the next one after that would be the iPhone 23, and so on. But if I had to choose between the 12s and the 13, I'm leaning towards 13 because I think there are too many changes for this to be an S year. And so yes, for the time being, I'm going to stick with iPhone 13, but let me know in the comments below, what are your predictions on the naming? Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Check out the video in the icon above about details regarding the M1X MacBook Pro. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.